Hey there, we're going to be doing a 10 to 15 minute postpartum workout. I'm about 6.5 weeks out from having my lovely daughter. So this workout is great for building foundational muscles back. So you're not just jumping straight back into your strong workout that you may have been doing before, or if you're new to working out, this is a great place to start. It's not going to get a big sweat on, but it's just going to work those foundational muscles so you can start from like a safe place. So it's going to be mostly laying down. If you have any discomfort anyway, obviously I'd like you to stop. Okay, so I will call the names of the exercises out as we go, and they're mostly modified. It's nothing too strenuous, and if something doesn't feel right, you leave it out. All right, so start laying down. Knees bent and feet flat. We'll start with some pelvic tilts. It's just to get your body moving. So you round your back and then you arch away from the mat. And if either of these directions feels uncomfortable, you can just make it smaller until it feels like a safe range of motion. I'd like you to rock into a neutral position so you feel like you're not tucking and smashing your back and you're not arching and sticking out your bum. You're in your neutral. Press your arms firmly down to open up your chest, and we're going to work into a tabletop position. So the first thing to do is lift up one foot, so you have your shin bone parallel to the floor and ceiling, and you place it back down, and we do the other side. And although this is fairly simple movement, you can really feel like your hips are wiggling all over the place. If you feel that way, I'd like you to continue on with these sort of leg lifts. If you're feeling like you can do more, hold the tabletop with one leg. Try to deepen your abdominals in, so you're pulling your belly button in and then lifting up, holding strong. Press your arms, bring the other leg up into a tabletop. I'd like you to tap one foot down and back up. And again, if you feel like your lower back is arching, you feel pressure in your lower back, you cannot hold your belly in and up, then you must go back to keeping one foot on the floor. So with postpartum, you could potentially have something called diastasis recti, which basically means you have a separation of your abdominals, which I discovered yesterday or the other day that I do have. And with that, you just don't want to lift your head and shoulders up. So let's place both feet down. We're going to work the 100. This is our little rest. You can keep your feet flat as you are for the 100. Or you can go back to that tabletop position. So I'll do both with you. We'll start simple and build. Lift your arms up and you pump your arms up and down, taking 10 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. You're trying to keep your abdominals in and up, nice and strong. Your legs steady. If you're feeling good here, you lift one foot up into that tabletop. You could hold it in this position and alternate legs. Or bring the other one up and continue to breathe. Let's do 4 more breaths here. The 100 counts as our warm up, as well as getting your abdominals really switched on. It's letting you know how strong and stable you are for the day. Every day may be different. On your last breath, number 10, you pause, you place one foot down and then the other. From here, we're going to work on some single leg circles. Again, challenging your stability, but without creating a gap here in your abdominals if you have that issue. If you don't, you just carry on and you can lift your head and shoulders if you wish later. Lift up one leg to the ceiling and your leg can be straight or soft. You're going to make small little circles here with the leg at the ceiling. The goal is to keep your hips nice and still so you're not wobbling all over the place. So your circles will probably be fairly small. Go the other way. What may help you is to push your arms firmly down and again, pull your abdominals in and lift them up like you're pulling on a really tight pair of pants. You bend your knee to rest and place the foot down. Let's do the other side. So left leg up. Again, straight if you can, or slightly soft if that feels safer and better to you. We'll do 5 circles in each direction. And be sure to reverse, keeping your hips nice and stable as best you can by pulling in those abs and keeping the standing leg strong on the mat. And you can bend both knees in. From here, we're going to go on to a modified abdominal series. We start with single leg stretch,
Again, I will not be lifting my head and shoulders because that will exaggerate that gap here. But if you wish to lift your head and shoulders, you are welcome. It'll give you a stronger workout if you do not have any kind of separation here. So what I'm going to do today is lift one foot up, place my hands on top or in front of my knee, pull my abdominals in and push my knee into my hands and my hands into my knee, and place the foot down. And then the other side, pull your abdominals in as you press your knee into your hands. What's kind of nice about this as well is you're going to get your shoulders to wake up a little bit. Pull your abdominals in. And let's change and add in a breath here. Exhale. Inhale, put the foot down. Exhale. When you exhale, deepen your abdominals in so you feel those ab muscles kicking in. Let's do one more to each side. And you can rest. From here, we're going to work on double leg stretch. If you feel unstable here, you can leave this one out or do it with one leg. I'm going to place my hands underneath my hips because again, I'm not going to lift my head and shoulders as the regular exercise would call for. One knee in, if you can, see if you can bring both knees in. From here, at least keep your heels pressing together to get the inner thigh connection and bend your knees in quite far. And let's go to a very high diagonal with an inhale and then exhale, bend in. And you're going high because you won't have the stability in your abdominals if you've just been all stretched out from having a baby, or if you're just feeling that you haven't worked out in a very long time. Inhale and exhale. The goal is not to straighten your legs and not to go very low. It's to feel the work in your abdominals. One more. And you can rest for a moment. If your head has been lifted up, you can always look right and left to make your neck rest. We're going to do scissors in a very simple way today with one leg at a time. So place your left foot into the mat, send your right leg up to the ceiling, and you can hold behind your thigh or up to your calf if you wish. Feel your abdominals pulling in and give yourself a little gentle pull, pull. You should feel stretch behind your leg. Let's place the foot down, bring the other leg up, abs in, pull, pull, and change. It'll feel like a nice stretch of the back of the leg. And you're also challenging yourself to work with one leg in the air, which will often make your hips tilt. So you're trying to keep it all still. If you could think of one other thing, you could think of your chest going proud, but never at the expense of letting your abdominals fall out or pop out. Let's do one more left. And again, take a moment's rest. We'll do lower lift, and I want to keep it simple with doing one leg at a time to start with. So let's press your arms flat into the mat, and we'll start with the right leg extended to the ceiling, and we'll lower towards the knee and lift back up. Now it looks very simple, and the movement itself is, but you want to be sure that nothing changes in your lower back. Your belly shouldn't pop, and you shouldn't arch your back. Everything holds strong. And we'll do one more here. Let's change legs. Right foot down, left leg up, press those arms, lower to meet your right leg and lift. And again, your knee does not have to be straight. Your job is finding strength and stability, not huge range of motion. If you were to feel like you wanted to build on that exercise and make it stronger, you could pull your knees up into your tabletop. Let's go with a small diamond shape and very, very small movement. You lower maybe an inch or two and lift. Again, you're just trying to build those deep muscles in your abdominals. One more, give it a go. If you don't want to, you rest. Rest a foot and then the other. We're leaving out crisscross today because it's a big twist of your torso and your body may not be happy with that yet. So I'm going to have you come on up to sitting. And we're going to do a little spine stretch forward. Legs as wide as your mat. Sitting up as tall as you can. And your arms reaching forward. So again, I'm not wanting to bow too far forward and create that gap. So what I'm going to do is just sit up really tall. So inviting your spine and waistline to lift. Press your hands onto an imaginary surface. Lift your chest up and inhale. When you exhale, press down on that surface to lift taller. Inhale, and you can release and have like sit back down. We do it again. Inhale. Exhale, press your palms to lift your waistline. You might feel your legs and your glutes activate. And exhale, sit. Let's do that twice more. Last time, exhale, press. And we'll rest. You're trying to lift the spine up and use your abdominal muscles to support that. So let's lay onto our stomachs, head on your hands for some swan prep, and then we're going to go into a little stretch. So carefully laying onto your stomach, head resting on your hands. You're going to lift your head off of your hands. Belly button in off the mat, and you lift your chest just a little bit and lower back into the mat. And again, lengthen to lift and lengthen to lower. Abs in to lift. This might feel really nice if you've been nursing because we tend to slouch. And this will help open up your chest a little bit without making it too big of a stretch on your abdominals. From here, we're going to rest your head on your hand, if you can, and hold on to one foot as long as you have no knee issues, and you take a little stretch of the front of that right thigh. Let's go ahead and change sides. Always abs a little bit in to protect your lower back. And we're going to sit back into a rest, much like child's pose in yoga, but it's just a rest here. Press your palms, stretch your upper back out. Let's do a little side kick series. So many of you lay on your right side or left side if you prefer. And you can rest your head on your arm, and other hand in front of you, and you can choose what your bottom leg does. It could be straight. I'm gonna go bent today to give me more stability. Lift the leg to a diagonal, flex your foot, and as best you can, feel your two hips stacked. Most of us don't have mirrors at home we can lay in front of, so do your best. Reach through your heel, and you're just gonna lift and lower. And we'll do about 10 of these, nothing too fancy. And you're trying to keep your hips from wobbling all around. It's just still here by holding in your abs. And you can place your hand on the floor in front of you. And just feel really tall like you practiced in your spine stretch forward. Hold here, slightly rotate heel down and do 10 little circles. And again, it's so easy to let those hips wiggle all over the place. And you just want to keep them as still as possible. Because we're, like I said, striving for stability. It's not crazy strength yet, but we have to start at the beginning. You have to build a house at the foundation first. And let's rest that leg. We're gonna do the other side, and I'm gonna choose to sit up and face the other way so you can see me from the front. And again, you can prop your head up, hands on your mat, lift the top leg up, and it's just 10 lift and lowers, trying to stack the hips as best you can. Belly button in and up, so you're just holding those abs to keep your spine and your pelvis steady. Nice long leg and spine if you can. When you reach number 10, you hold, turn your heel down a little, and 10 little circles. Be sure you're breathing, just feeling tall. You shouldn't feel stressed out in any way. And let's reverse and go the other way for 10. Very nice. And you're gonna rest for a moment. And from here, we'll do a quick figure 4 stretch. So lay onto your back, whichever way you wish. You cross one foot over the opposite knee, and you hold onto your leg and pull it towards you. It's getting a little stretch for the back here. We'll change into the other side. Very nice. All right, uncross. Now from here, I'm gonna have you do a little plank to finish if you wish. If you're done now, you can be done. But let's just do a little plank with one leg at a time to finish up. Let's go shoulders over your wrists and just send one leg out behind you. Now then, this may feel like enough work for you because there's gravity's pulling your belly down and your waist down. So you're trying to pull this up to get a long line. Remember, a plank is a straight board from head to your heel. And we'll do the same on the other side. So just being here, strong arms, abdominals pulling in. This might feel like a little bit of work to you. If you feel like you want to do a little more, you can take the other foot out and then put the knee back down. So you don't need to stay forever today. You're just holding strong. Find the strength. Take the other foot away. Put your knee down. If that's enough for you, you can rest there. We'll do one more otherwise. Nice. And you rest. Okay, that concludes our postpartum workout today. So over time, maybe we can add some things in to make it a little more challenging. You just want to be sure you don't overdo it at this stage. There's no need to kill yourself off. We're doing enough. So thank you. Have a great day.